Welcome to Put Down the Mascara. I'm your host, Kate Holmes. This is a podcast where we uncover our authentic selves and cut through the bullshit of life and really learn how to live authentically and unapologetically. Thanks for joining us. Hi, I'm Kate Holmes, and welcome to the podcast, Put Down the Mascara. Today, I am joined by my friend Barb. And how do I know Barb? Through kids' sports. I had no idea that I was going to be a sports mom, and I have absolutely embraced every second of it. So Barb and I met at a cold hockey rink. Barb is a sports mom to two young men. Barb is a wife. Barb is a daughter. Prominent businesswomen in the mortgage industry. I think you do it all.
I think I do it all. Sometimes I feel like I do it all. I'm a superwoman of one of a kind type.
Running a family takes hard work. Running a business operations takes hard work. Coupled with a busy schedule for our kids, we do that for specific reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And Barb and I have chosen very consciously today to talk about the positivity in youth sports and why we feel it's important for our young men to be involved in these activities. Any kid, really. And really, when you dial that back, it doesn't even have to be sports. Activities.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be rep. It doesn't have to be professional. It could be anything. It
Piano,
could be
ballet,
swimming. Just regular swimming back in the day when we used to just take our kids to learn how to swim.
That's right. It's important for people to be connected to things, especially as kids grow and get older, because there is a lot of noise out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get too deep into this, I really truly want to acknowledge there is another side to sports.
Absolutely.
There is yelling parents, there are aggressive coaches, there is politics for sure.
Absolutely. We've all experienced the good and the bad, right?
The good and the bad. And it is very important for us to talk about the good because there is such value in our young men playing sports. Mm-hmm. And I say young men because that's the world you and I navigate. Any child, really. And where do you see the value in sports?
There's a ton of value. First off, friendships.
Yeah.
Right? Friendships are the number one thing. And I'm a people person. I love connection. I don't know if I would have time for connection if it wasn't for sports, right? It kind of forces me to kind of have relationships outside of my work schedule because my work schedule ends up taking up so much of my time that I treasure having authentic relationships like this one that will continue to flourish outside of the arena. And I really enjoy having those conversations with moms about different things, real life things. And this particular podcast is about putting down the mascara. And I really feel that when I'm at the hockey rink, I can do that.
As we're screaming and cheering, but there's authentic conversations happening.
Absolutely.
Because in that moment of time, you're so ingrained in each other's lives. Mm-hmm. You know what's going on with me. I know what's going on with you, and vice versa with some of the other women that we're sitting with. Absolutely. At the rinks too. You do become a family.
You do. And our kids become a family. I was actually just saying to my husband last night, I really think Mateo would be a hermit if it wasn't for hockey. Because he would just be in front of his computer, playing his video games, never getting out. And this really forces him to have those friendships, have those relationships, making a conscious effort to try and get together with those individuals outside of hockey as well. I just don't think it really frames him as an individual and creates the person he is right now.
It does. And I think there's also lifelong friendships that they are making when they are sitting on the bench together that, maybe these guys are going to be friends all the way up into their adulthood. And then they're going to be playing beer league hockey together.
For sure. For sure.
And that's what I hope for them. And specifically, I have an only child. So when he shows up to hockey, he's got 17 brothers. It's an immediate connection for him where they are all understanding of the sport, have something in common, and then it platforms from there when they can do social gatherings together. There's also an aspect of us teaching them a healthy lifestyle,
nutrition, right? Putting in that that exercise that's required, how to create those goals. You want to be the number one goal scorer, you got to put the effort in. Yeah. And that kind of correlates into real life, right? real life skills when you're out in the workforce and you want to get that promotion and have those different types of coaches / bosses that are going to have different expectations from you.
Yes.
and achieve what you want, right? I think those are really great examples of the positivity around sports.
You know, and we started talking about the friendships that we have developed, and really, truly, it is about us, not the kids. No, I'm kidding.
It is.
It is. It really is. But it's so important for the kids to have just fun too. And sometimes we do see in sports where it's becoming ultra competitive, but there needs to be fun involved, and that comes from a parent perspective, and
For
how
sure.
you teach that it is about, yes, you want to work hard, but where is the fun element?
For sure. I mean, we're all guilty of taking the sport sometimes a little too seriously, whether it be a coach, whether it be a parent. And we all just need a reminder that these kids are not going to be playing in the NHL, right? They're going to be playing beer league hockey.
And we love them.
And we love them for it.
But very few make it.
Very few. And they would have already identified those children.
True.
And our kids are not it.
No, they are. We love them, but they're not.
They're not it. And that's okay. We're okay with that. And they're okay with that.
There becomes a focus on fun. There becomes a focus on the physical activity. It's also teaching time management.
Time management. Yes, absolutely.
You need to be ready at such and such a time. We're leaving the house.
You got to get to bed. You got to get that food in you an hour before. So all of those things are definitely transferable skills that they're going to be taking into their adulthood.
And how to be a good teammate.
And
for me, that's the most important piece of this, because that's the number one skill you're going to walk away with, is how to be a good teammate. You have to work with people in the future. You have to work in class all the way through university and group work. Teaching that team aspect about how be a good team member is really important.
Absolutely, very important. And I think that you nailed it right there when you mentioned the different personalities, right? You're going to get people that you just might not get along with, but you have to play together and you have to work together. So I think that's an important lesson for them as well.
It really is. Tell me about the mug that you brought. So I've got two here.
Yes.
Because we were going to be talking about hockey and sports, I thought that my hockey mom mug would be appropriate. And again, I've kind of embraced being a hockey mom and never thought I would be living that life. And so I chose this, but Barb brought me a mug, which is amazing. And it says, "Embrace the messy moments. They often have the most to teach you." Tell me what that means to you.
Well, it means a lot of different things, but in regards to this particular conversation is there's going to be messy moments in sports, right?
Sure.
They're not going to be perfect. You might have 10 games that you lose.
Or don't make a team that you hope
Or
to.
don't make a team that you hope to. And I think that, it was actually another point that I wanted to make. It's okay. It's okay for your kid not to make the team.
It is.
It's okay for your kid to get benched. I think, and I'm probably going to get a lot of slack about this comment, but I'm not one for participation awards. I'm one to teach them life lessons. And I just feel the participation awards do not teach them that. And them not making a team and them getting benched. It all comes back to teaching them those lifelong lessons that they might not get the job. They might not, get the raise. They might not get the career that they were hoping for or get accepted to the course that they wanted. But it teaches them that it's not perfect and it's messy. And those are the moments that you're always going to remember.
It is. And it's about how you deal with that messy and building resilience and being able to, maybe if that is something that you choose to go after again, where are you putting in the work?
For sure.
What changes are you making? Or are you comfortable with where you are? And let's all embrace that.
Absolutely.
Really important messages. Barb, it's been a pleasure to chat. I think we could probably talk about sports for quite some time and go off on all sorts of tangents, but we really wanted to talk about the positivity, and I'm going to hopefully see you at the rink, and
we will see you at the rink, and we will talk about the positivity then.
We'll try.
We'll try.
Thanks, Barb.
No problem.
And that's today's episode of Put Down the Mascara. Before we sign off, I want to drop a friendly reminder your way. While we do our best to bring you helpful insights, stories, and perspectives on this podcast, I want to make it clear that we're not here to replace counselors, advisors, and experts. Remember, education and empowerment are journeys we embark on together, and seeking guidance from experts along the way is great for your personal growth. Thanks again for tuning in to Put Down the Mascara. We can't wait to have you back next time. Your feedback, stories, and suggestions keep us going and fuel our passion for empowering women everywhere.